stores, driving the wagons. And suddenly I was, well, touched, you know, by their innocence, I mean. What I'm driving at is that when this expose breaks, they're liable to start making a saint out of me or something. Ostixon, I want you to promise me you're not going to get up a dinner for me.
Oh, Doctor, there's no use concealing.
You see, I knew it. Now, listen, I simply will not attend to tell you that.
So, Thomas, I want you to come home now. I want you to talk to Petra.
What's happened? What are you doing here?
Something wrong, Mrs. Stockman?
Dr. Stockman is the father of 3 children, Mr. Hoffman.
Now, look, dear, everybody knows that.
No one would believe it. The way you're trying to drag us into this disaster.
Now, Mrs. Stockman,
he treats you like a son, and you're trying to make a fool of him.
I am not trying to make a fool.
He will lose his job at the Springs. Don't you realize that?
Catherine, you're embarrassing me.
If you print that article, they will chew him up like a piece of flesh.
Catherine, I will not have you jumping at Hofstad.
He is not your friend, Thomas. I want you to come home.
He is my friend. Any man who shares my risk is my friend.
Thomas!
Catherine, you don't understand. When this thing breaks, everybody in this town is going to come out into the street and drive that damn... What's this? What the hell is he doing here?
All right now, Doctor, now try to be calm.
What did he do? Talk you out of it, Hofstad? Well, he won't get away with it. Where did you hide him?
Be careful, Doctor.
Well, Peter, poisoning the water wasn't enough. You're working on the press now, huh?
My hat, please. And my stick. Now, what nonsense is this? Take that hat off. That's an official insignia.
I just want you to realize, Peter, that anyone may wear this hat in a democracy. And a free citizen is not afraid to touch it. And as for the baton of command, Your Honor, it can pass from hand to hand. So don't gloat yet. The people haven't spoken. And I have the people because I have the truth, my friends.
We're not scientists, Doctor. We can't judge whether your article is really true.
Then print it under my name. Let me defend it.
I'm not printing it. I'm not going to sacrifice this newspaper. When the real story is made clear, the public is not going to accept any changes in the Springs.
His Honor just told us, Doctor. You see, there's going to have to be a new tax.
Ah, yes, I see. And that's why you're suddenly not scientists anymore and can't decide whether I'm telling the truth. Well, so...
Now, don't take that attitude. The point is...
The point! Oh, the point is going to go flying through this town like an arrow, and I'm going to fire it. Will you print my article as a pamphlet? I'll pay for it.
I won't ruin this paper or this town. Doctor, for the sake of your family...
You can leave his family out of this. God help me. But I think you people are horrible.
My article, if you don't mind.
Doctor, you won't get it printed in this town.
Can't you forget it? Can't you see now that every...
I can't forget it, and you will never forget it as long as you live. I'm going to call a mass meeting and tell...
Who's going to rent you a hall?
Then I'll take a drum and go from street to street proclaiming that the Springs are befouled and poison is rotting the body politic.
And I believe you really are that mad.
Mad? Oh, my brother. You haven't even heard me raise my voice yet. Catherine?
evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, Billy.
Nancy. Hello. Glad you're here.
Come in. Come in. I don't have chairs for a lot of people, so most of you will have to stand.
My name is Billing. I met you at the doctor's, don't you remember?
Oh, yes, sure, yes. I was so busy I didn't recognize you. Why don't those people come inside?
Oh, I don't know. I suppose they're waiting for the mayor or somebody important so they can make sure it's respectable in here.
Oh.
Captain, I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions before we begin. Why are you lending your house for this? I never heard of you connected with anything political.
I'll answer that. I travel most of the year. Did you ever travel?
Not abroad, no.
Well, I have been in a lot of places where people are not allowed to say unpopular things. Did you know that?
Certainly, I've read about it.
Well, I don't like it.
One more question, Captain. What do you think of the doctor's proposition to rebuild the springs?
Don't understand a thing about it. Nancy, here, this is for you right here. Now, I don't have enough chairs, so you'll just have to stand.
Try the horn.
No, let him start to talk first.
Wait till they hear this. I could blow your mustache off with this.
Now, look, I don't want any roughhouse here. Do you understand? Oh, come in. I have chairs just for you.
There's so many people on the sidewalk. Why don't they come in?
Well, I suppose they're waiting for the mayor.
Are all those people on his side?
Well, who knows? People are so bashful, and it's so unusual to come to a meeting like this. Come in.
Good evening, ladies. Well, I don't blame you for not speaking, but I just wanted to say that I don't think this is going to be a place for ladies tonight.
I don't remember asking your advice, Mr. Billing.
I'm not as bad as you think, Mrs. Stockman.
Then why did you print the mayor's statement and not a word of my husband's report? Nobody knows what he really stands for. All those people out there are against him already.
If we would have printed his report, he would only have hurt your husband.
I don't believe I've ever said this to anyone before, Mr. Billing. But I think you're a liar.
If you do that once more, I will throw you out of here.
Good evening, Your Honor.
Good evening, Billy.
Good evening, Your Honor.
Good evening. Good evening, Catherine. Petra?
Good evening.
Why so coldly? He wanted a meeting and he's got it. Isn't he here?
The doctor is going around town to be sure there's good attendance.
Fair enough. Oh, by the way, Petra, did you paint that poster? The one somebody hung on the town hall?
If you can call it a painting, yes.
You know, I could arrest you for that. It's against the law to deface the town hall.
Well, here I am.
Peter, if you arrest her, I will never speak to you again.
Hey, friend.
Oh, Catherine, you have no sense of humor.
Hey, friend. Who's running? Who's the candidate?
Look, you're drunk, mister. You get out of here.
There's no law says a man who's drunk can vote. I got a right to vote.
You get out of there.
No,
Get
I
out.
got a right to vote. I'm sorry. I got a right to vote. I want to vote.
Your Honor?
There's a voting going on.
Sorry, no chairs, gentlemen, but we couldn't get a hall, you know. So just relax. It won't take a minute. Glad you're here, Peter.
Wouldn't miss it for the world.
Just promise me. Don't lose your temper.
Hey, if you're not voting, what the hell is going on here?
Didn't I tell you to get out of
Now,
there?
don't push! Don't push!
I order you to get out and stay out.
I don't like the tone of your voice. And if you don't watch out, I'm going to tell the mayor he's going to throw you all in the
All right, gentlemen, we might as well begin. Quiet down, please. The issue is very simple.
We haven't elected a chairman, Doctor.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Osikson. This isn't a meeting. I advertised a lecture.
I came to a meeting, Doctor. There's got to be some kind of control here.
What do you mean, control? What is there to control?
Sure, let him speak. This is no meeting.
Your Honor, why don't you take charge of this?
Well, just a minute now.
Somebody responsible has got to take charge. There's a big difference of opinion here.
What makes you so sure? You don't even know yet what I'm going to say.
I've got a pretty good idea what you're going to say, and I don't like it. If a man doesn't like it here, let him go someplace else where it suits him better. We don't want any troublemakers.
Now, look, friend. You don't know anything about me.
We know plenty about you, Stockman.
From what? From the newspapers? How do you know I don't like this town? I'm here to save the life of this town.
Just a minute, Doctor. I think the democratic thing to do is to elect a chairman.
I nominate the mayor.
Second the mayor.
No. That wouldn't be right. We want somebody who's neutral. I suggest Mr. Oslickson.
I came to a lecture.
Well, what's wrong with a fair fight? Second, Mr. Oslickson.
Good choice. That's a very good choice.
All right, if that's your pleasure. I just want to remind you that the reason I arranged for this lecture is that I have a very important message for you people. I couldn't get it in the press, and nobody would rent me a hall. I just hope I'll be given time to speak here. Mr. Oslickson?
I have just one word before we start. Whatever is said tonight, please remember, the highest civic virtue is moderation. Now, if anybody wants to talk...
I heard that. Since when are you allowed to electioneer at the polls? I'm going to report you to the mayor. God damn it. Now, wait.
Does anybody want the floor?
Mr. Chairman.
His Honor, the mayor will address the meeting.
Gentlemen, there's no reason to take very long to settle this tonight and to return to our ordinary, calm, and peaceful lives. Now, here's the issue. Dr. Stockman, my brother, and believe me, this is not easy to say, has decided to destroy Kirsten Springs, our health institute.
Let the mayor continue, please. We mustn't have any interruptions.
Now, he has a long and very involved way of going about it, but that's the brunt of it, believe me.
Well, what are we wasting time for? Run him out of town.
Now, wait a minute. I want no violence here. I want you to understand his motives. Now, he is a man, always has been, who is never happy unless he is badgering authority, ridiculing authority, destroying authority. He wants to attack the Springs so he can prove that the administration blundered in the construction.
May I speak?
The mayor is not finished.
Thank you. Now, there are some people who seem to feel that the doctor has a right to say anything he pleases. After all, we are a democratic country. Now, God knows in ordinary times, I would agree 100% with anybody's right to say anything. But these are not ordinary times. Nations have crises, and so do towns. There are ruins of nations, and there are ruins of towns all over the world. And they were wrecked by people who, in the guise of reform and pleading for justice and so on, broke down all authority and left nothing but revolution and chaos.
What the hell are you talking about?
I have to insist, Doctor.
I called a lecture. I didn't invite him to attack me. He's got the press and every hall in town to attack me. I've got nothing but this room tonight.
You're not making a very good impression, Doctor. Please continue, Your Honor.
Now, here's our crisis. We all know what this town was without our institute. We could hardly afford to keep the streets in condition. It was a dead, third-rate village. Today, we are on the verge of becoming internationally known as a resort. I predict that within 5 years, the income of every man in this room will be immensely greater. I predict that our schools will be bigger and better. And in time, our roads will be filled with fine carriages. Great houses will be built here. First-rate stores will be opened all along Main Street. I predict that if we are not defamed and maliciously attacked, we will be one of the richest and most beautiful resort towns in the world. Now, there are your choices. All you have to do now is ask yourself one simple question. Has anybody the right, the democratic right, as they like to call it, to pick at minor flaws in the springs, to exaggerate the most picayune faults, and to attempt to publish these defamations for all the world to see? We live or die on what the outside world thinks of us. I think that a line must be drawn, and that if a man decides to cross that line, we, the people, must take him by the collar and declare, "You cannot say that!" All right, then. All right, then. All right, all right. All right, then. I think we all understand each other. Mr. Chairman, I move that Dr. Stockman be prohibited from reading his report at this meeting.
Quiet now. I think we can proceed to the vote.
Well, aren't you going to let me speak at all?
We are just about to vote on that question, Doctor.
But damn it, man, I have the right to...
Point of order.
Yes, point of order.
Yes, Doctor.
You want to discuss the motion.
That's right, damn it. I want to discuss the motion.
All right, go ahead.
Now, listen. He talks and he talks and he talks, but not a word about the fact.
We don't want to hear any more about the water. You're just trying to blow up everything.
Well, judge for yourselves. Let me read you my report.
Quiet, please. We cannot have this uproar. Doctor, I think the majority wants to take the vote before you start to speak. If they so will, you can speak. Otherwise, the majority rules. You won't deny that.
I won't mention the Institute. I have a new discovery that's 1,000 times more important than all the institutes in the world. May I have the platform?
Well, I don't see how we can deny him that as long as he confines himself to...
The springs are not the subject. Before I go into my subject, I want to congratulate the liberals and radicals among us, like Mr. Hofstadt.
What do you mean, radical? What evidence have you got to call me a radical?
You got me there. There isn't any evidence. I guess there never really was. I just wanted to congratulate you on your self-control tonight. You who have fought in every parlor for the principles of free speech these many years.
I believe in democracy. When my readers are overwhelmingly against something, I'm not going to impose my will on the majority.
You have begun my remarks, Mr. Hofstadt. Gentlemen, ladies, Mrs. Stockman, Miss Stockman. Tonight, I was struck by a sudden flash of light, a discovery second to none. But before I tell it to you, a little story. I put in a good many years in the north of our country. Up there, the rulers of the world are the great seal and the gigantic squadrons of duck. Man lives on ice, huddled together in little piles of stone. His whole life consists of grubbing for food, nothing more. He can barely speak his own language. And it came to me one day that it was romantic and sentimental for a man of my education to be tending these people. They had not yet reached the stage where they needed a doctor. If the truth were to be told, a veterinary would be more in order.
Is that a way to refer to decent, hard-working people?
I expected that, my friend. But don't think you can fog up my brain with that magic word, the people. Not anymore. Just because there is a mass of organisms with a human shape, they do not automatically become a people. That honor has to be earned. Nor does one automatically become a man by having a human shape and living in a house and feeding one's face and agreeing with one's neighbors. That name also must be earned. Now, when I came to my conclusion about the water...
You have no right to mention...
That's a picayune thing, Peter, to catch me on a word. I'm not going into the springs. When I became convinced of my theory about the water, The authorities moved in right away, and I said to myself, I will fight them to the death because...
Are you trying to make a revolution here? He's a revolutionist.
Let me finish! I thought to myself, the majority. I have the majority. And let me tell you, friends, it was a grand feeling. Because the reason I came back to this place of my birth is that I wanted to give my education to this town. I loved it. So I spent months without pay or encouragement and dreamed up the whole project of the Springs. And why? Not, as my brother says, so that fine carriages could crowd our streets, but so that we might cure the sick, so that we might meet people from all over the world and learn from them and become broader and more civilized. In other words, more like men, more like a people.
You don't like anything about this town, do you?
Admit it, you're a revolutionist. Admit it!
I don't admit it. I proclaim it now. I am in revolt against the age-old lie that the majority is always right.
He's an aristocrat all of a sudden.
And more, I tell you, the majority is always wrong.
You gone mad? Stop talking or you'll
Was
have
the majority right when they stood by while Jesus was crucified? Was the majority right when they refused to believe that the earth moved round the sun and let Galileo be driven to his knees like a dog? It takes 50 years for the majority to be right. The majority is never right until it does right.
I want to state right now that although this man has been my friend for many years, and I've eaten at his table many times, I now cut myself off from him absolutely.
Answer me this. Please, please, one more moment. A platoon of soldiers is walking down a road toward the enemy. Every one of them is convinced that he's on the right road, the safe road. But 2 miles up ahead stands one lonely man, the outpost. He sees that the road is dangerous, that his comrades are walking into a trap. He runs back. He finds the platoon. Isn't it clear that this man must have the right to warn the majority? To argue with the majority? To fight with the majority if he believes he has the truth? Before many can know something, one must know it. It's always the same. Rights are sacred until it hurts for somebody to use them. I beg you now. I realize the cost is great. The inconvenience is great. The risk is great that other towns will get the jump on us while we're
Mr. Chairman, he has no right to...
Let me prove it to you. The water is poison. One more word about poison. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. All right.
I want no violence here. Doctor, come down and give the platform to Mr. Osterkamp.
I'm not through yet.
Come down or I will not be responsible for what happens.
Tom, I want to go home.
Mr. Chairman, I order you to make the speaker leave the platform.
Sit down.
Get off that
Please
platform.
leave. All right, then I'll take this to out-of-town newspapers until the whole country is warned.
You wouldn't.
We're trying to ruin this town, that's all, trying to ruin it.
You're trying to build a town on a morality so rotten that it will infect the country and the world. If the only way you can prosper is by this murder of freedom and truth, then I say with all my heart, let it be destroyed. Let the people perish.
He's a traitor!
A revolutionist!
I would like to submit the following motion. The people assembled here tonight, decent and patriotic people, in defense of their town and their country, declare that Dr. Stockman, medical officer of the Springs, is an enemy of the people and of his community.
Oh, that's not true. He loves this town.
You damn fools, you fools.
Is there anyone against the motion? Anyone against?
I am.
One?
Me too. You can't vote against the doctor. Everyone knows you need a doctor.
Anyone else? With all votes against 2, this assembly formally declares Dr. Thomas Stockman to be the people's enemy. In the future, all dealings with him by decent, patriotic citizens will be on that basis. Meeting's adjourned.
Captain, do you have room for us on your ship to America?
Anytime you say, Doctor.
Catherine? Petra?
Could we go out the back door?
Right this way.
No back doors. I don't want to mislead anybody. The enemy of the people is not finished in this town. Not quite yet.
Traitor. Enemy. 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 Enemy.
Catherine, tell what's your name. There's still some rocks to pick up in here.
She's still cleaning up the glass.
Are you all right?
A little boy. Look at him run. How fast the poison spreads, even to the children.
It's hard to believe it's the same town.
I'm going to keep these like sacred relics. I'll put them in my will. I want the boys to have these in their homes to look at every day. Oh, it's cold in here. Why isn't the glazier? Why isn't what's-her-name got the glazier in here?
He won't come here, Tom.
No. The glazier is afraid to fix my windows?
Well, you don't realize people don't like to be pointed out. I mean, he has neighbors, I suppose. Thomas?
What's this now?
I don't know how we're going to do any shopping with everybody ready to bite my head off.
Well, what do you know? We're evicted.
Oh, no!
He hates to do it, but public opinion being what it is.
Perhaps we shouldn't have sent the boys to school today.
Oh, now don't get all frazzled again.
The landlord is such a nice man. He's willing to throw us out. The whole town must be ready to murder us.
Just calm down, will you? We'll go to America, and this will all seem like a dream.
I don't want to go to America. How did that get torn?
Must have been last night.
Oh, your best pants.
Well, it just goes to show you, a man goes out to fight for the truth should never wear his best pants. Stop worrying, will you? You'll sew them up, and in no time at all, we'll be 3,000 miles away.
How do you know it'll be any different there?
I don't know. It just seems to me in a big country like that, the spirit must be bigger. Still, I suppose they must have the solid majority there, too. I don't know. At least there'll be more room to hide there.
Think about it more. I don't want to go halfway around the world and then find out I'm in the same place.
You know, Catherine, I don't think I'll ever forget the face of that crowd last night.
Oh, don't think about it.
Some of them had their teeth bared like animals in a pack. And who leads them? Men who call themselves liberals, radicals. The crowd lets out one roar, and where are they, my liberal friends? How about if I walk down the street right now, not one of them would admit he'd ever met me? It's hard to believe. Are you listening to me?
I was wondering what we'd do with the furniture if we went to America.
Don't you ever listen when I talk, dear?
Why should I listen? I know you're right. Petra, why aren't you at school?
What's the matter?
I'm fired.
They wouldn't.
As of 2 weeks from now. But I couldn't bear to stay there.
Mrs. Busk fired you?
Who could imagine such a thing?
Oh, it hurt her. I could see it. Because we've always agreed so about things. But she didn't dare do anything else.
The glazier doesn't dare fix my windows. The landlord doesn't dare let us stay on here. Evicted, darling. Oh, God, on the wreckage of all the civilizations on Earth, there ought to be a big sign, they didn't dare.